Ohaneze and Igbo has asked President Tinubu to apologize to Igbos and pay them 10 trillion naira over the 1966 coup and the lies peddled that led to the death of millions of Southeasterners. Now, Ohaneze put out a statement. Let me read out that statement. It says, Ohaneze and Igbo, the apex Igbo socio-cultural organization, has called on Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu to issue a formal apology for the atrocities committed against the Igbo people during the Nigeria-Biafra war and pay 10 trillion naira in reparations. The group made the demand in response to a recent statement by former military ruler General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, who clarified that the January 1966 coup was not an Igbo coup. Ohaneze commended IBB's acknowledgement, stating that it corrects a historical misconception that has fueled decades of marginalization against the Igbo people. In a statement, the organization highlighted systemic injustice suffered by the Igbos since the war, including political exclusion, economic marginalization, and the closure of key infrastructure like the Calabar Seaport. The statement read, in light of these grievous injustices, Ohaneze and Igbo reiterates our demands articulated during the 1999 Justice Oputa-led Judicial Commission for the Investigation of Human Rights Violation panel. It is imperative that the current federal government, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, must confront the shadows of our historical traumas. We demand a public and unreserved apology from the President on behalf of the past military regimes, particularly that of General Yakubu Gowon, who orchestrated unprovoked bombardments and shellings over Igbo territory during the Nigeria-Biafra war that resulted in immense human suffering and loss. I'll read this. Give me time, I'll read this. Furthermore, we maintain our resolute stance that the Nigerian federal government must dispel the long-standing inequities perpetrated against the Igbo nation by paying reparations amounting to 10 trillion naira. This demand is not merely a demand for financial restitution. It is a necessary acknowledgement of the value of human lives lost and the cultural and infrastructural devastation endured by our people, which remains evident even 55 years post-conflict, the statement added. This is a letter written by Ohaneze to President Tinubu. Nigeria must apologize to Igbos and pay 10 trillion naira. That is for Ohaneze. Ohaneze has said his own. Let me now say my own. We do not need 10 trillion naira. We need a system change. 10 trillion naira under this current system will be still every other region. Are they better? Okay, we are marginalized. Every other region, are they doing well? Look at the north, are they doing well? It is only a system change that can guarantee good governance for the Igbo people. Whether it is resource control, whether it's regional system of government, whether it is balkanization, that is the only thing that will be the solution to all this. Because we fought for Biafra. We wanted to be on our own. So if Nigeria is going to appease to the Igbo man, he must let the Igbo man go. Because this one Ohaneze is speaking, it no concern those ones waiting for power. All those ones no send them. This is just official document that nobody does. Okay, look at over the years, killings upon killings upon killings. Buhari will say, I condemn. They'll be asking, President, condemn this killing and attack now. We have been condemning attack on the Nigerian people. Boko Haram will kill, will condemn the attack. This one will kill, will condemn. With all the iron condemn statement, has it stopped the killings? If Tinubu apologizes on behalf of the other military regime and pay 10 trillion naira, would it stop the hatred? It can never stop the hatred. The only thing that can stop the hatred is the Igbo people are given a system that works for them. And one system that works for them is Biafra. I said it in my former broadcast that the reasons why Nigeria don't want Igbo to go is because they need the Igbos to keep Nigeria together. Because if they really don't need the Igbos, they should have allowed the Igbos to go. No be which be that. Some people saying that the Southeast, they're not relevant in the scheme of things. Okay, allow these people go. You will not allow them go. Well, I know that's the narrative you are pushing. You're not serious with what you're saying. By saying the Southeast is not needed, blah, blah. They know that if you allow the Southeast go, Nigeria is gone. If you allow the Southeast have their Biafra, Nigeria is gone. So they are afraid of allowing these people go. The only thing that can repay for the millions of people that were killed during the war, even if it was an Igbo coup, even if it was an Igbo coup, let's assume it was an Igbo coup, does it warrant the killing of millions of human beings, a genocide? Does it warrant that? In the north, hundreds of thousands of people were being killed by both army and mob, northern army and northern mob. Does it warrant that? Is there any justification for those killings? Because some army officers did something among themselves without informing anybody. They informed themselves and they did what they were doing at their own accord. How does that affect the lives of the people? How would you take the lives of millions of people because of a singular act of a person? So Nigeria has to apologize, even if, let's assume, because nobody wants to agree that it is not an Igbo coup. People don't want to agree from the other side. Babangida has come in his book and said it is not an Igbo coup. Other people have written about the coup. Those that were there actively, they said it wasn't an Igbo coup. But because narrative and agenda must agenda, people are pushing that agenda so that they can carry all sort of atrocities on the Igbo people, which they seem to be doing till today. And despite the fact that they have been in power, Nigeria has not seen the light. I've said it before that if you keep on subjugating the Igbo man, Nigeria has nowhere to go. You remain down and you remain underdeveloped. That is the wish of the colonial masters and the wish of the West, to make sure that Africa is divided, there's insecurity in Africa, Africa is unstable, so that they will start pillaging on your resources. All these people that are moving up and down, hate this one, hate that one, their sense no reach there. Say the reasons why these white people want you to be fighting, so that you will not see the light. So far you're in one Nigeria, nobody will have rest. If you like, become a president and develop one region, nobody will have rest. You see the northern part of Nigeria, the insecurity there is making Nigeria lose a lot of development. Until the system is changed, resource control, balkanization or regional system of government, then things can get better. We don't want 10 trillion naira. From then till now, we have gotten 10 trillion naira from the national cake. What has the governors, what has the leaders of the Southeast done with it? The little money they have, what have they done with it? How have they been active in the house? We have leaders that are created by the Fulani given to us. That's why there's nothing working. So if Ohaneze is telling Tinubu, they know that it is something that is not possible, apologize to the Igbos and 10 trillion. They know it's not possible. The Fulani will never apologize because they feel that their leaders were killed. This Ronu will never apologize. If they want to do a political setting, let them do that political thing. If Nigeria is going to work, let it work with changing the system. All this shalaye we don't want. I prefer an Igbo nation than this thing that Ohaneze is proposing. See, if you still continue with this one Nigerian thing and you don't restructure the country, you will go nowhere. I'm telling you, nowhere. Nobody's going anywhere. Nobody. Look at Erufai. Look at the things that Tinubu is doing for the Southwest. And they think that, okay, we do this for the Southwest, then other regions, they can go to hell. The Fulanis are preparing to truncate that thing to stop the Tinubu from developing that southern part of Nigeria. Is this the Nigeria Ohaneze want us to belong to? Is this the Nigeria Ohaneze wants us to belong to? We don't want 10 trillion naira. We don't want apologies. Apologies should be shown by action, not by mere statement. if you want to really know that these people are sorry, the Fulani can never be sorry. This Ohaneze, they are politicians, they should not understand, except they are just doing what they are doing for aesthetics, for just formality. Because we know, in Nigeria we know, they are never ever sorry. They are even accusing the Igbos of killing their leaders. This perspective, 3 people that died were the ones that were responsible for the arrest of Awolowo. 3 amongst the people that were killed were responsible for the arrest of Awolowo. You see, the actors, those that are alive, never said it was an Igbo coup. They said that these people came together because there was corruption then. Corruption, like the corruption we have today. Some young people just stand up and say, let's finish all these corrupt leaders. That's what happened then. Let's finish, share ourselves. But some officers, some Southeast officers, went to the Southeast. Some people ran away. Some people, they could not get them. No killings in the Southeast. And those that went to the North, killed from the North, killed in the West. So it was a corrupt society then. And the Northerners were even happy that Nzogu finished some of these people. But when it got to a point whereby the narrative, they started changing the narrative, that look at in the Southeast, they did not kill their people. They want to. So they had to poison the mind of the Northerners. Because the people backed these young soldiers because there was corruption then, brazen corruption, like what we have of today. So they knew it wasn't an Igbo coup, but however, it took an ethnic coloration according to Babangida. Everyone that wrote about that coup said the same thing. It wasn't an Igbo coup. So Apologise will not go anywhere. Even giving Igbo presidency will not go anywhere. You see, the hatred is in the DNA, according to Shore. The hatred is in the bloodstream. You cannot wish away ethnic rivalry by just Apologise or 10 trillion naira. The only thing you can, the solution is give these people their independence. Independence. Because so far that we have these political wranglings and we have the Fulani involved in Nigeria. If you take away the Fulani from Nigeria, all this hatred will just sift away. So far the Fulani are there and they see Nigeria as an opportunity, a land so fertile where they can call their father's estate. They will always fuel tensions between groups and regions. Erufai went to Edwin Clark and started saying all sort of things, politics upon politics, following an article saying the North and South South needs to align to rescue Nigerians from this government. That's the typical nature of the Fulani. They want to put katakata everywhere and they come on top. Look at that coalition. You see him and Atiku. Him and Atiku. As much as we understand what is going on, my brother, what the Igbos need is an Igbo nation, a viable Igbo nation, a system that works for the Igbos. This generation is already corrupted, so there's no kind of apology from this generation can ever be enough. If like give 20 trillion naira, the one way Nigeria no get, the one way politicians they look where they want thief, now you want collect from their hand. Tinubu and these APC politicians, they're looking for money to steal, and you think they have vowed not to give Igbo some development, and you think they will bring 10 trillion. Who is going to police them? Which court? A federal government does not obey court order will now obey you as Ohaneze. Ohaneze, there are better things to start fighting for. Ohaneze, talk to your lawmakers. Let them be more aggressive in the house. If it's to stage a walkout, let agitation start from the National Assembly. Let our lawmakers be involved. Let's look at how we can get people that will have the Igbos at heart and represent them well. Let's look at how we can get leaders that are not being influenced by Fulani. Look at Benjamin Kalu threatening and Alex Oti because the Fulani gave him some assurances, and the new cabal is telling him that you must bring that Abia state for APC. How they suspended the INEC commissioners in those states, that the the INEC commissioners refused to be corrupt and to be part of the corruption in the last election. They removed the INEC commissioners. They use politics, politics now, politics, and remove every one of them. I'm very happy that at this point in time, IBB has caused a lot of chaos, a lot of crisis. The narrative now has changed. Some people have been saying, some Southwesterners have been saying for a very long time that this is not an Igbo coup. They are changing narrative. 3 things that rule the world. 3 things: principles, ideas, and narrative. Igbos now should be investing in the media. It is not only this dogmatic approach of Igbos of today. I don't understand. Invest in the narrative. You control the narrative. Control the means of production. Control the narrative. Play the politics. Invest in the media. Support your own. Sponsor youngsters from the southeast. Young people that are vibrant, that can do media. Bring them together. Invest and invest and invest. Tell your own stories. Don't let Ibadan media define who you are. Because all this while, the narrative have been, it is Igbo coup, Igbo coup, Igbo coup. And most of us were even looking at it from some of the things that people are saying. It may be an Igbo coup, but some other reports by people that are dead suggest otherwise. But somebody who is alive has come out to say that it wasn't an Igbo coup. But still some Yorubas will come out and say it is still an Igbo coup. It took an ethnic coloration. All of us go school. Even with a PhD, you still understand that some level of ethnicity was attached to that. After the killings, some people are just from nowhere. They just create one story that Ife Juna tricked Ademolegun into. They just be creating. Ife Juna was one that planned the coup. And look at the number. They're just creating so many things. I understand. I've been in the Southwest. I understand what propaganda is. I understand how they do those things. But you see, you need to be someone that doesn't have a conscience to twist history. The Igbos were high-handed, I understand. They were tribalistic, I understand. But that particular coup was not intentional, an Igbo coup. Igbo officers was trying to play smart, and they played ethnicity there, and that has cost a lot of things. But you cannot, because of the action of a few soldiers, with few people, let the lives of 3 million people go like that. Even some Yorubas are asking, where are the graves? Mocking the death of children, women, pregnant women, and young men. It's unfortunate. If Nigeria does not want to apologize, let them not apologize. Nigeria is placed under a spell if they don't apologize to the Igbos. So if they don't want to apologize, they know what to do. If they want to continue with the propaganda or whatever, the narrative that is Igbo coup, let it be Igbo coup. But the lives of those innocent people that died is speaking, and it will stunt the growth of Nigeria. That's why I've been fighting. If you watch all my videos, let us change the system. Restructure this Nigeria. Because the way it is, there's no going forward. This is a creation of Britain. Some people are supporting one Nigeria because they are benefiting from it. Or they are clueless. Or they are myopic. They're not seeing the big picture. This is a creation of Britain. Let us dismantle this structure and create a new structure that will benefit us. Because if we dismantle this structure, the hand of the Fulani and the Britain will be removed and we'll be free. You see how development will freely flow in. But no, greedy, selfish, and wicked and stupid politicians we have in the Southeast and every other place, nobody wants progress. Nobody wants to move forward. Everybody wants to go snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. People that are claiming that we want a better Nigeria is because they don't have opportunity at that table. When you give them an opportunity now, they start running rogue and going haywire. If you have not read that book, go and read the book. IBB. He said a lot of things, a lot of lies, a lot of half-truths, and a lot of revelations. We're not saying that IBB is perfect in what he said. But when there's a consistent statement from different writers that it wasn't an Igbo coup, IBB is not the first person that said it's not an Igbo coup. Other writers that have written about the Biafran war said it wasn't an Igbo coup. So that one is settled. Whoever that is pushing the narrative is just playing that game. of repeating something, repeating a lie. That's what they do on social media. They repeat that lie. They lie, and that lie seems to become the fact, and you forget about the truth. Then we will not forget about the truth. We understand how to play that game. I said it. I'm learning from some of these people. 2027, they will see a different game. You see, when we take pride in misinforming or disinformation, it does not help a society like Nigeria. It just destroys the people. But since everybody don't want to play, we don't want a better Nigeria. Let restructure. I will always say this, and I will continue to say this. I will not stop saying it. That Nigerians cannot do without the Igbos. Why? Because they are refusing to allow the Igbos go. Igbos have said, let us go. They refuse. They've spent billions of naira to go and arrest Nnamdi Kanu. They are taking a lot of effort to meet Finland government to arrest Samanekpa, because these people are saying we must go by force. Nigerian government is saying you are not going. So Nigeria can never do without the Igbos. If the Igbos leave Nigeria today, Nigeria is finished. If they don't apologize, Nigeria will continue in the trajectory. You will see it before your eyes. You just be running around. Apologize or do the right thing. Restructure Nigeria.